around Shetland.
But today, Phil is leaving the shores of Shetland behind as he continues his Scottish island hop to Orkney. And it seems he's in good company. Prince William and Kate Middleton were there just yesterday. It's clearly the place to be.
My island hop adventure has taken me to the very edge of the country, left me lost for words and discovering there's a first time for everything. Today, I'm leaving the wonderful wilds of Shetland behind and I'm on my way 100 miles down the road, so to speak, to Orkney. This group of 70 islands, of which only 20 are inhabited, sits closer to the Arctic Circle than to London. And it looks like they're already bringing out the big guns. This is how they like to do tours in Orkney.
What a fantastic view. And the great thing about this mode of transport is that you don't have to drive home afterwards. And that's really good because there are 5 distilleries and 2 breweries on the island.
This is one of its most renowned, making it one of the best whiskies in the world. So we're really behind the scenes here of how they make whiskey. Now the peat is what they put into the kiln first to get the smokiness to the grains or the malt. Once that's got that lovely smoke, I think it's about 13 hours, then they add coke, which is smokeless fuel. That goes into the kiln and that dries the grains. So when they make the whiskey, that is where the flavour comes from. Sergio, what's the most expensive bottle of whiskey here?
Well, we just launched the 50-year-old and that was £20,000 per bottle. We sold all our...
All gone?
All gone.
So we haven't got this here then?
I'm afraid not. I'm afraid
You're
not.
my friend. He does have an array from the cheaper shelf for me to try.
So you will have some wonderful aromas of perhaps vanilla, rich fruit, caramel, well done, you spotted that early.
Sticky toffee pudding. Well, it's a good job John's outside with his trike, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed, indeed.
It's not all about whiskey here, and when someone else is driving, you may as well make the most of it. Do you just pick it up and neck it, or do you have to sip it, or do I put tonic in it?
So for tasting, I wouldn't recommend shotting it because you might lose your voice for a few minutes afterwards. I would say a light sip, let it coat your mouth, gently swallow, and you'll get the full flavour of the gin that way.
Cool. Right, this one here then?
Archangel is the Navy strength version of our Kirkjuvar original gin. It's 57%.
Is it?
That is the baseline for your
57?
Navy strength alcohol. However, on tasting, you'll soon find out it's a very smooth gin.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I like that. While I'd happily tour distilleries all day, my next guide, Christian, is expecting me to put in a little more effort.
I thought we'd take a wee spin out to these skerries here on the loch. There's quite a lot of wildlife out there.
And in case you're wondering, a skerry is a rocky outcrop. Can I just say, that is a very impressive beard.
Thank you. You need it in the winter.
Orkney is home to 15% of the world's seal population, so it's a great place to spot them. The seals are there, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they're quite friendly, are they?
Very curious.
Are they?
They're so at home in the water, they'll come and pop their head up right behind the kayak.
I love seals. I think they're just really cool. They really don't care, do they? You have to be quick to see them, as they don't hang around for photos. I'm hoping my next guide, Ghillie John, gets me a bit closer to the marine life, as I have a fish supper in mind. That is a wild brown trout and a sea trout. So fingers crossed, I'll catch one. Morning, John.
Morning, Phil. How are you?
I'm good, how are you? This is beautiful Loch Harry, at 3,000 acres wide, the largest loch on the island. This loch is apparently teeming with wild brown trout, although they seem to be hiding from me today. Fortunately, expert John has better luck. John, you got one? Oh, look at that. Wow. That to me is perfect eating. Yeah. I can't wait to cook up John's trout. As always, with great fresh food, I like to keep it simple. To help it along, I suppose, or give it a bit more flavour, I'm going to put a little bit of smoked haddock, local smoked haddock, inside the cavity. Now I've taken the head and the tail off this fish, as you can see here. And then with your finger, what you need to do is just put your index finger in the top of the fish, like that, and then you can run your fingers down the bone. You'll go right to the end, like that, and that releases all the bones. Turn it over, and we'll do the same on the other side. And you can lift out the bone. Like that. No knife, no board, nothing. That's all you need. Just get a nice piece of smoked haddock, and I'll put one just there. And the other piece of smoked haddock goes down that side, just there, like that. And it is as easy as that. Salt, not too much. Pepper, Turn the fish over like that. And then a little bit of flour. It just acts as a barrier. I'm going to use good Orkney butter. And that goes. Just as that starts to turn, just turning slightly brown like that, we'll put the fish back in.